This week's What's New segment is brought to you by X. Towing season is upon us. We could get your truck and trailer ready for towing.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. This is Jake and I'm Curt. We're with Slick Rock Productions. And so we had a chance to come out here and drive some vehicles on the new release with Honda, the new Talons that came out. We've been really excited to do this. And the last segment we did on the R. This time we're going to do it on the X. So the big difference between these two cars is the width of the cars and the suspension on the cars. Yep. So the R is set up a little bit more like a trophy truck. It's set up to rally. It's kind of a dune car. It's got a little bigger shock on it. It's got more travel on it. This is set up a little bit more for your trail rider, your mountain rider, a little bit more of a laid back ride. And so the shocks on these are very comparable. They're just bigger and they're a little longer on the other machine, but this has a tighter turning radius. So if you're looking at buying one of these, they are phenomenal machines. They're everything we hoped that Honda would make. But what you're going to do in your riding characteristics is really where your decision should be made. Are you a person that's going to go out in the mountains? Are you going to take tight trails? Are you going to go on narrow trails? Or are you the kind of person who's going to go to the dunes and you're going to rally and you want to hit the whoops? Because these cars are set up completely differently for that. So the X behind me here is a narrower car. It's got a little less travel in it, but it's a lot more maneuverable. Yeah. And these cars maneuver really well. The steering in them is phenomenal. The brakes are just superb in them. The drivetrain in these cars is the same. The suspension's a little bit different, but the dependability in the Honda name is just unsurpassed out there. We know that these cars are going to last a long time. We know that they're quality. We've built and drove enough cars that we know the difference between the two, and this is a quality vehicle. And so these vehicles, as soon as the aftermarket world grabs onto this, you know, the last time I saw a stock vehicle was rolling out of a showroom. Everybody adds doors and tops and light bars, but one of the cool things that Honda does here is they all come factory with a roof. They have doors on them. They have rock sliders integrated into the vehicle, which is really cool. The skid plates that are on them are actually not bad for a skid plate, which is weird for me to say because most of them are pretty chintzy. But they did a really good job designing this vehicle, building this vehicle, and it performs very well. If there is a drawback on it, we said it before and we'll say it again, they're a little bit underpowered, but it kind of makes up for it being able to shift the transmission manually. So you can go through and, you know, if you're coming down a hill, you can control your descent by choosing the gear that you want to be in. If you're driving fast, you're rallying, you're going to dip into a corner, you can choose the RPM level you want to have as you go into a hard corner so you know that you can come back out of the other side. They're really point and shoot in the manual when you're selected on manual. When you put it in automatic, you don't have to do anything. You just push on the gas, push on the brake, and drive it.
Let's go. If you don't know who we are, we're Slick Rock Productions. We cater to the aftermarket world, kind of take the machines from factory and see how far we can take them, what holds up on them. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
If you have any questions about anything aftermarket, feel free to hit us up and we'll answer you back.
This is Curt. I'm Jake with Slick Rock Productions, and we'll be right back with more from At Your Leisure.